Perfect. So thank you very much for accepting our invitation. It's a great pleasure to have you here, Jen. It's amazing. It's a great opportunity to learn more about your experience here with us. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, nice. And to start, just to start, please can you briefly introduce yourself and your expertise to audience members who may need to become more familiar with your work and experience, please?
Sure, sure. So I'm Jen Romano. Background is my formal background is in applied experimental psychology. So years ago, that's where I got my PhD in. So my lens with which I conduct research is grounded in experimental psychology. So I'm on a mission to help people become better researchers. In between then and now, on my mission to help people become better researchers, I've made my way around some of the big tech companies. I've been at Facebook and Instagram and Google. I've also been at other companies where I've started UX research teams. Bridgewater Associates is a hedge fund. I started a UX research team. Forrest Marsh is a applied research firm. I left Google in September to make my side hustle, my side gig, make it my full-time gig. And so now what I'm focused on is coaching and training. I've been teaching for years, and now that's more my full-time thing. I create a lot of my own content, as well as I teach for UC Berkeley and University of Maryland here in the States. And I coach people who want to get into UX research or who are a research team of one. Oftentimes people are the only researcher and they need a peer or a manager kind of figure to discuss what they're working on, to get ideas and feedback, also to figure out how to move up in their career. So I work with people on doing that. And then kind of a bridge between the two, I have created a retreat it takes place in Hawaii. This year will be the second time I'm doing it. And it's aimed at filling a gap where people get some training, but they don't have the real world experience, conducting research in the field for real business problems, working directly with stakeholders, conducting stakeholder interviews, getting stakeholder alignment, presenting to stakeholders in the end. So I have created this experience, this retreat, this hands-on training in Hawaii, which, is a beautiful place. So we work really hard and then we take a break in the sun to rejuvenate and work really hard again for a whole week.
Whoa. I don't know Hawaii. I think it's a good idea to put in my plans.
Yeah, come join us. Come join us. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work, but again, it's really filling that gap that I have found a lot of people have. People get like academic training and boot camp training and things like that are all really beneficial, but they're still missing that link of having the real world experience of like when things don't go as planned, what do you do? Or how do you best communicate with stakeholders? Things like this.
Wow. And such a great experience. And I think you can share a lot of things with us right now in this moment. And I'd like to start asking a question about, at least here in Brazil, we are experiencing a moment of refurbishing on how research is evolving within companies. I think maybe globally, but here in Brazil, we can see things around changing, particularly in the context of layoffs and how it's adapting to align with industry, artificial intelligence. So everything's changing. And could you share your insights if you are feeling this kind of changing moment in research and industry at the same time?
Oh yeah, everywhere. I think it's a global thing that is taking place. We have seen, so you mentioned the layoffs. We've seen a tightening of the belt across the board. And frankly, not just in UX research. I have friends and colleagues in other domains where they have seen it as well, which I was surprised, getting out of our bubble and understanding other things that are taking place. It's actually happening in other industries as well. But for us, for the UX field, I've seen a tightening of the belt, which has meant layoffs. It has meant people who are still, who have not been laid off, having to do more with less. It has meant people needing to wear more than one hat. So maybe before you were the qualitative researcher and now you need to be a mixed methods researcher. Maybe you need to learn some quant skills. Maybe it means in some companies being the unicorn that we've talked about for years, being a designer and researcher in one. Maybe it means a reduced budget for fancy tools and things like that. So you have to figure out how to make it work with less, so we've definitely seen that. It also means the tightening of the belt also means consultants and contractors, that budget has been reduced. So typically internal teams will hire contractors to scale, right? To have more hands, to conduct more research, or to bring on skills they don't have in the team. So we're seeing a reduction in those things because people are required to do less. However, as you're probably aware, literally in just the past month, there have been so many job postings, so many openings. So that has been very interesting to me because it's like we're seeing this wave where there were the layoffs and the tightening of the belt, but now there's the floodgates have opened. It is wild how many job postings. I can't keep up. If you scroll through LinkedIn, it's job after job. Companies that have 20 openings, it's not just one here and there. It's teams. They're forming new teams, so I think what's happening, and I can't be certain, but what I think is happening is they've realized we still need research and design. We still need all the UX team. B, let's hire people and pay them less because people were paid really, really well for years. And so likely what is happening is people are being hired and are coming in at a lower rate than they were before. So, and I say I can't be certain, but I do have some data because obviously, I know people who are interviewing and who are getting offers and things. And we talk openly about salaries. So there has been a bit of a reduction or even a stabilization, let's say, right? Even internal people, there have been cuts where people haven't been getting promotions or bonuses and things like that. It's just kind of been a pause. That's what we've seen here. I would love to hear actually what you all are seeing in Brazil and in Portugal, and if you're seeing a similar kind of thing when it comes to even what people are being paid.
Yes, exactly the same thing that you brought. The job opens are open a lot here, but you can see money decrease for people within companies. It's exactly the same thing. And I think what you brought, it's very interesting because, yes, we are going perhaps in the realistic moment in the market. Now we are in the real world. I think before, a few years ago, it's a fantastic word, not the real.
Yeah.
And now we are going through a real world.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this is not just for just to when we think about the salaries, but I think
Yes,
about
exactly.
specializations too, because
Yeah.
I don't know, we faced 5 or 6 years ago this moment when a lot of people decide to specialize in something like research, like UI, like other specializations in design, and we had a lot of positions, roles for that. But now it's not so true. It's I don't know. I have been seeing a lot of roles just for product designers, not so much for UX researchers or UI designers. We are facing this moment when the companies, I don't know if they need or decided to do that, but they need to be more efficient.
Yes.
And because that they decide to hire one guy, one person, and this person needs to be the, as you said,
The team
the
of one.
unicorn. The unicorn,
Yeah.
the team of
The
one.
unicorn.
And I don't know if it's a kind of think of maturity, because in my opinion, Jen, I don't know. For me, the industry is I'm going 2 or 3 steps to backwards. That's not too forward. We are, I don't know, we are getting more stupid, in my opinion, when we think about how we can be more efficient. The efficiency is just connected with to not pay more, to not waste money, but it's not just about that. And I don't know how you see this in UX research, because in my point of view, UX research or UX writers have been suffering more this for the past days. I don't know. What do you think?
You know, gosh, I have a couple ways of thinking about it.
Oh,
I
please.
think, hold on, what was I just about to say? I'm thinking about how you're saying they were suffering more. Oh, I think they have to work harder. So the other thing about our field being so saturated for so long, and just like the jobs flowing and the money flowing, right? I think now people have to work harder. There's more competition. And you're right, there's been a focus now on increasing efficiency, and everybody's not efficient, right? Some people, you could be a really good researcher and you're really, really slow. Well, maybe that's not going to fly anymore. Maybe now if you have equal quality, but one is faster than the other, maybe that faster person is the one who's going to get the job or get the promotion. So I do feel like you have to work harder now than in the past, which is going to be difficult for a lot of people who came right out of college and got that amazing UX job, making a lot of money, Can you hear this? It's okay.
Yeah, it's but not so. Yeah, it's a
Okay,
little
just let me
noise.
know. Just let me know.
No,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
Can you go
Yeah.
on?
So anyway, that is definitely something that that I have seen. I'm actually going to move. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think for you it's worst, right?
We'll just go upstairs. Come along with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's go. Yeah.
There we go. Much better. So anyway, I do think that is something that is taking place, right? Like, and it's going to be surprising for the young people. And I don't just mean young in age. I think young in career, where people have not had to work as hard. Like they have gotten the job and it's been like really fun. It's been a lot of fun. And that doesn't mean our job isn't going to be fun anymore, but it's going to be real work. It's going to be the real thing, whereas like in other industries, it takes a while to move up the ladder, if you will. And I think that is a big shift that we're seeing now. The jobs, the salaries, the promotions are not going to flow like they were before. Now you really have to earn it. It's like, I've worked at some companies where you get promoted when you're already working at the next level, and instead of the potential. You don't get promoted because you have the potential to work at the next level, right? But you're already working at the next level. You've been working at that next level for a long time, and then you get promoted. Whereas, young, and again, I mean young in career, not in age, but like young people in the past few years, they work at the next level for 6 months because they're working towards the promotion, right? Like, I think all that is going to change. Now it's like, you were hired to do a job, do the job, do it well, stop working towards the promotion. You'll get there, like you have to work harder for it now.
Yeah, because especially during the pandemic, we had a lot of people, but we had more roles than opportunities than people, and because that usually these promotions was because we just need to keep the people with us, not just because the people is the best researcher, the best product designer in the world or in the company. And now we have the opposite situation. We have more people than opportunities, or the companies started to be more accurate to when we decide to the best one to join to the team. And I think this I think you brought a real special point of view, because we need to understand, or we need to come back to the the real world where the job is the job.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
the fun thing to do, but it's a job, and you need to do the best thing to keep your job, to keep
Yeah.
your role in the company. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I work with a lot of people in my coaching business, people who want to get the job. So we work on the resume, we work on the portfolio, we work on practicing interview questions. And sometimes people want to create a resume. And I do help people make sure the resume is telling the story, the real story. Like, what have you done? What have you accomplished? Why should any company hire you? But sometimes people think that because they have worked on their resume, that's it, they will get the job. And it's like, yes, and maybe not the first one you go after, because there may be other people who have more experience than you know, and they're more qualified. That doesn't make you any lesser of a researcher. It just means you don't have the experience that other people have who are getting the job, you know. But
Yeah.
there's many people who just expect it, which again, if we go back just a few years, you know, you wanted the job, you went out, like you said, there were way more jobs than people. So it was pretty easy to get the job. Whereas now that has really shifted. So there may be people who are way more qualified than you who are going for the same job, and they will get it. So what do you do? What do you do then in that case? My recommendation is people continue to work on themselves, continue to get experience. The way you're going to get those jobs that other people are getting because they have more experience, the only way to get that is to have more experience. So don't just, you know, feel deflated and like, oh, shucks, poor me. Like, okay, I guess I'm not ready for that job. Now I'm going to go out and keep on getting more experience until I'm ready for that job. And I that's a shift that I think people need to make. It's like being honest about the experience they've had and where they want to go. You know, some people I work with, it's the opposite. They're amazing. They've had great experience and they're underselling themselves. And I'm like, wait a minute, we have to work on your resume because you have way more skills than you're indicating on your resume. Other people are the opposite. They've had like a couple roles and they're competing with those people who have all of the experience. And it's like, you know, I feel like almost a reality check of where you're at and how much we all can learn. We all can grow. You know, that's number one. Like, where can you grow? Where can you learn? Where can you continue to invest in yourself and your career? And really being honest with it, you know, being honest about it. And whether that means working with a coach or, you know, somebody who can help you with those things, you know, just getting more experience, more roles. They may be junior level. You think you're more senior level, but maybe you're actually today a junior level. Maybe 2 years ago it was a senior level role, but now you're actually, you know, with all the competition, maybe you're actually in a different spot. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, right? It's like the point is you're doing the thing you want to do. Nobody's saying leave the field. I'm certainly not, although some people have questioned if they should stay. My reaction to that is stay. If you want this, if this is the career you want, stay. You just have to figure out other ways to get there. You know, it's like people who go to, I don't know, law school or something. And it's like, you've invested all this time and money. And then you get to the end and it's like, well, darn, now it's hard to get a job. Like, what are you going to do? Say, I think I'm going to leave this field and go do something else? No, you figure out how to get experience until you finally get that job in a firm that you want to be in. Maybe you have to start in a different firm to get experience and to continue to grow, but you still have your eye on the firm you want to work at. It takes you a little longer to get there, you know? But again, I mean, I think in our field, it's been too easy in the past, and people are struggling with that right now, you know, because now it's harder.
Yes. Yeah. Especially because, as you said, now we are facing this moment when we need to be more accurate in our impact.
Yeah.
Results.
Yeah. How I think we need to be more focused on measure the impact, and we usually
have to know. Yeah, we
doesn't
have
know.
to know. Please go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah,
Sorry.
we usually, or not we, but the designers usually doesn't have this focus on measure the impact, measuring
Right.
and it's
Yeah.
very. But do you think for researchers it's more difficult because usually I heard from this UX research that we mentor or something like that. Oh my God, it's a little difficult because research is about the future, not about the present. It's difficult to connect with the business impact. Do you think it's more difficult for UX research than product designers or developers, something like that?
I don't think it's changed. I think it's always been difficult for research because research is focused on understanding people, understanding the problems they have using a product, understanding opportunity areas. So we're doing a lot of understand work, and then we have to work closely with the designer and the engineers who are creating. So it's a lot easier to see the impact from a design or an engineer standpoint because they have an artifact. Whereas research, we have artifacts, we have reports where we can show what people think and what problems people have and our recommendations for improving product. But the linkage is it's a little, I don't want to say looser. There's just more piece. You need other people in the links from start to finish. You need more roles in those links. You know, if you think of like even a chain link fence, there's more people involved for the research to be truly impactful. The case where sometimes that's not the case. For example, if I conduct research and a whole bunch of teams in the company use my research, that's impactful. That's the impact of research. But product related, like research leading to change in a product that then launches, there's so many links that it's always been difficult for research, you know, but I don't think that's changed. I think you're absolutely right about people needing to make sure their work is impactful. So like, and again, this hasn't changed. Maybe it's changed in the sense that it's like more serious now. Again, people have to work a little harder, you know, but making sure the research we're conducting is for product and leading to product change or a new feature or a new way of thinking about something or preventing a disaster. That's great impact. If we do research and realize something is dramatically wrong and then we prevent something from launching, that's really impactful. But gone are the days of, and I have mixed feelings about this as well, gone are the days of doing, it could be really, really great research, but like people aren't using it. The reason why I say I have mixed feelings about it is because sometimes that's where innovation occurs. You know, people are churning through some ideas, they're working through something, and maybe it's not usable, the findings in this moment, but it could be something that is actually really fruitful down the line. But giving researchers kind of creative space to think on their own about what's important to pursue. Unfortunately, those types of jobs, like innovation jobs, have been cut with the layoffs, aside from AI. AI has taken off. Obviously, many, many companies are investing heavily. So there's research to figure out how to do that really well. But other areas of innovation, unfortunately, were cut in a lot. They were like the first teams to go in a lot of the layoffs, you know, and again, I have mixed feelings. On the one hand, research needs to be really impactful. We need to make sure we're doing the foundational work to keep the lights on, the foundational work that, we're making sure the product works. Like, what is not working well? How do we make it better? Like, that's like classic usability testing, classic UX research. We don't want to lose that, so on the one hand, we had to get rid of innovation teams. But on the other hand, it's like I feel like those innovative teams are the ones that they have the potential to propel companies forward because people have the space to be creative and think outside the box. So I hope we see those come back, as these companies are growing again with all of these new roles that have been posted. I hope we see more of the innovation, the investment in innovation coming back, aside from AI. Like, obviously, we're all, I'm sure we'll talk about it here in a moment, right? Like, companies are investing AI and not just in AI from a product perspective, but how can we as researchers use AI to help us do our job better, right? Like, we're already in that space. We're already investing in that space. That's just going to flourish with the investments that are being made, I believe, in that space. But I long for the other kind of creativity and innovation spaces. And I don't want to say worry, but what could happen is, while companies have let go of like these innovation teams, the really creative entrepreneurial people will just spin up their own companies. Like this happens all the time. It's like creativity occurs in difficult times. And if people aren't able to be creative in these companies who have let go of like their innovative teams, well, they'll just spin up their own companies, so I don't know, maybe that's fine too, as the companies are losing these kinds of folks and they're spinning up their own things, like maybe that's fine. We need that creativity elsewhere. So, maybe it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
maybe just a wave, because I don't know, if you think more, if you think harder about that, maybe we doesn't have so much innovation on the past 5 or 10 years. Just
Right.
AI and the Airbnb, Twitter, or the other innovations that we have. They have a lot, I don't know, 10, 20 years. And
That's
maybe
true.
we are living this wave. And maybe this moment can be, as you said, pressure some thinking, some people to be innovative and create other companies, other products.
Yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
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 Someone yesterday told me, asked me about that. Oh, this is a good moment to be an entrepreneur here in Brazil. Yes,
If you have
maybe.
money, if you have
Yes,
money.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's the thing, right? It's like if you planned well, if you were I don't know, financially responsible, I don't
Yeah.
know, because it was hard to predict. No one predicted this was going to happen, right? So it's like if you were just naturally financially responsible before, so that in this time you can, pave the way and start a new product, which yeah, it takes a lot of investment to do that.
Yeah, because definitely this is the moment for people who has this safety moment to invest something, because the industry definitely decide to be more secure, more safe. I think because that's UX research is more has facing more difficult, because the most part of the industry, the CEOs or the bosses are deciding to just doing something and facing the problem after. And research is more important, as you said, to predict something, to 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 keep the product in the best way. And when the bosses decide to just say, okay, I don't care if people will make this in a wrong way after that, just try do the software, and we try we test the after that. And because that maybe UX researchers, they need to found the best companies to work. Not every
yeah.
company is at the best
This is
place to work.
this is
Right.
something that I'm thinking, and I like to know about your point of view, Jen. I think researchers, they need to know how the company and it is the culture understand how research works, right?
Yeah.
So there is also understanding of context that researchers need to know how it works, how they think research will deliver something or will create something. So culture is very important in this moment, right?
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Yeah, when I'm coaching people who are interviewing for jobs, I always say you're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you. You think about what is important to you in your job, in your career. What kind of lifestyle do you want? What kind of culture do you want in a company? And ask those questions when you're interviewing, because it's a match, right? It's not just like I want to work at Google because they're big and there's lots of data. Like, yeah, and like what kind of back to impact, like what kind of impact do you want to have in the world? Like, what do you want to be working on? And how is that company delivering? And how is the research team embedded in with other teams? And how are research findings perceived and taken? Do you have to fight to have a seat at the table, or is research really respected? Like, what is that experience actually going to be like when you have the job? And it's different everywhere. So I think it's really important to understand, to learn about the cultures in these different companies, and what that's even going to be like before working in a certain company. And culture is in flux. So if somebody told you about culture at one company years ago, it's probably different now, because it depends on leadership and it depends on evolution of all these different roles and teams and products, right? Like it changes all the time. So I think you're absolutely right. Like to understand culture in a company and how that fits with where you want to be and how you want to be. I think that's really important.
Perfect. Buriti, you have more questions all the time, Jen. I have to control Buriti, Rafael, because he has a lot of questions, and keep down, come down, not so much.
I'm enjoying it.
No,
He's thinking. You can see his face.
I think Jen said very well when she said the work is more harder. It's harder than before, because as you both said about the culture, I don't know. Now is more than ever. It's important to know more what we are delivering, understanding more the what is value for the company, because culture probably will be connected with the value that the company has. Okay, my value is efficiency. Okay, in this case, maybe research can work in different ways. It's very important because that is more difficult to work, because I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago we just work. Okay,
Right.
designer. Yeah, I'm designing that. Okay, yeah, but now you need to design in a specific context. You are researching in a specific context, and maybe this context can change more frequently, and you need to be adaptable to. And it's very difficult for designers, especially the younger or the beginners, as you said in the beginning.
Yeah, because we have a lack of education. I think this is globally,
Seniority,
right?
maturity,
Good
education.
camps, some courses. It's not something that you can. Okay, we prepare enough to go to the market, to go to the industry and deliver efficiency.
Right.
We have this kind of gap, right? That we have to figure it out.
Because that service like Jen is delivering, the mentorship, the coaching, is very important, because it can create. I don't know if it's can make more faster the seniority, but this kind of service can create this experience, Jen.
Yeah, and please, Jen, can you share with us about your program, if it's open for Brazilians, how it works?
Oh yeah.
Please.
The retreat in particular?
Yes.
Yeah, it's open to anyone, absolutely. And I can send you information, but if you look at uxrcoach.com, you'll see information there. Also, other courses I teach. As I mentioned, I'm on a mission to train the best researchers in the world. There's a lot of research, as we've talked, a lot of researchers. There's a lot of bad research taking place, and I'm on a mission to train people to conduct really good research, kick-ass research, the best research that you can stand behind. It's not bad. There's a lot of bad research. People ask questions poorly, and people don't know how to align with stakeholders. And then they end up conducting research that the stakeholder says, great research, but we already knew that, or we didn't need that at this time. So it's really working with people to better think about how to do all these things, how to think about research, how to work with people, how to conduct kick-ass research, and then how to present really well, because that's another piece that many researchers are lacking, the storytelling behind our research. So it's open to anyone. It's capped at 13 people. It's meant to be small. And I have other instructors who are joining me, other high professionals in the field, researchers and design. So anybody who is attending will also get these different perspectives throughout the week. It's not just learning from Coach Jen, but it's learning from other people as well, it's important to me, because oftentimes people have different perspectives. And I think for people who want to improve their research skills, hearing two different perspectives to the same problem, and then how to come to a common point and keep moving forward and doing that quickly, I think is a skill that takes a while to develop as well. So that was something that was important to me with the retreat in particular, but also anytime I'm co-teaching courses, like that's my goal. It's like learning from multiple perspectives. Yeah.
Amazing. And the links we will put here in your description.
I will share it with you. Yep. And again, it's uxrcoach.com.
Perfect. Great. Well, Jen, your participation and insights are priceless to us. As I mentioned earlier, your rich background and experience always provide a great learning for us. We deeply appreciate your contribution and look forward to the possibility of your return in the future here with us.
Yeah, maybe we could do our next retreat in Brazil.
Good idea.
Yeah, we
I
can
love
collaborate
this.
on that one. Yeah.
Amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
call us.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's it. Thank you very much. And see you soon.
Thank you both. It's been so much fun. Thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
That's it.
All right. Awesome.
Great. So I will edit the video, prepare everything, and after that I can share with you to pre-launch, and you can tell me, oh, can you change that or not? So feel free to send me your insights. So that's it.
Sounds good. I'm sure it'll be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
guys. This was so much fun. Yeah, likewise. This was really great, and it's so good to meet you both. I look forward to staying in touch.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. See you.
Bye-bye. See you.
That's it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Tem que gravar isso?
Tem só abrir e encerrar pro podcast. 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, UX!
Good morning.
I always screen, but I don't know if it will be used.
I'm not sure about it. I will try to keep. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't know. We are changing everything here. But today it's a special day, Rafael. Do you know that?
The day of the recording of this this show.
Yes. Today it is April 26th, right?
26th,
April 26th. Yes. So this is
yes.
your birthday. So we are recording
41 springs.
41.
41 springs.
No, it's not. You are not so old.
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
But I plan to be.
Yeah, it's not like me.
But
I have 5 years.
Yeah, but we are talking about spirit or the.
Yeah. We are not talking about internal. Age.
Our intern child or inside child. No.
Yeah, I'll tell you. We will correct us.
Maybe.
Yeah. So happy birthday! I will record this moment. Happy birthday!
Yeah.
So send happy birthday to Rafael. He will be happy in the future.
Please in the comments.
It will not be too late to that.
No. Maybe 6 months up front. I don't know.
No, I can put this program at first.
Yeah,
because today we will speak about a different kind of subject, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not
not be so far
accurate
from design.
No, but it's not so accurate because we already had I don't know 3 or 4 programs about research.
Yeah, you're right.
In the other seasons.
So today we will speak with Jen Romano, and we will speak about user research. So this is
Yeah,
will be very nice.
and not just it.
And not just that. Yes, you're right. You're right. So before subscribe to channel, like,
Mhm.
give us your like and
Yeah,
share
yeah.
and
Please
comment.
share. Please share.
Yeah.
Share.
So let's call her.
Let's go. Come
Okay,
on, Jen.
Jen, come on. Tika, 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 tika. Conclusion.
Yay!
So, wow, I think was tremendous, very, very impressive
Yeah,
conversation because she spoke important things about market, about research, about material, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, what do you think?
Yeah, I am a little tired.
What is the time right
No, no,
now?
no about the time, just about the days. But
Your birthday.
no, beside no, yeah. Despite that, I could I felt involved. I felt involved. I felt involved during the conversation. I enjoyed a lot, and I think the most interesting, not interesting, but the the topic that she brought us that is stuck in my mind now is the moment that we need to work harder. This
Yeah, I
is,
agree.
I think it is a good summarize of the moment.
Yes, yes.
Summary of the moment. Maybe I don't know.
If you
Uh,
summarize the moment,
yeah, yeah.
it
This
is
is a
about
yeah, it's a
work
good yeah,
harder.
it's a good term. Work
Yeah,
harder because
work harder.
now seems like the work is real.
Yes,
not
yes,
not
I
not
agree.
the Disneyland that we have read.
A fantasy, a
Yeah,
fantasy world, right? Yeah, I
yeah,
agree with you. I think we are facing off something different,
yeah,
and okay, stop to play,
yeah.
right?
And
Stop to play.
it can be difficult to listen a little. I don't know, a little painful, or oh my god, she's saying that, but where is the empathy of that? But it's a kind of pragmatic way to see, and I agree with her. We need to understand this moment when the professionals are bigger than the opportunities. It's important to understand you need to work harder. Of course, taking care of your health. Uh, um,
Your life, your
yeah,
personal things, right? Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's important to understand that. To
yeah,
understand that you need to see your work, to look for your work in a different way,
yeah. I
and
agree.
looking for the impact, looking for the connections, looking for to do or to ask the best questions, and to create the connection with stakeholders, as she said. And I like it. I like it. I
Yeah,
think this
yeah,
conversation will help a lot of people.
yeah. I
I
hope
guess.
so.
I guess.
I hope so because what, as she said, it is something globally. It's
Mhm.
not in Brazil. It's not in São Paulo. No, it's globally. So okay, let's start to play the game, play the real game, and
Yeah,
prepare yourself to do that,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
yeah.
And looking for help with Jen, for
Yes,
example.
yes, yes, yes. She has a great program for researchers, right? Coaching and
Yeah.
helping them to understand.
Actually, if you are interested in to have some help, some support, you can look in the other shows, the our other
Episodes,
seasons
yeah, yeah,
episodes, because we have a lot of people who has the same
Role.
initiative to
Yeah.
help people with some programs like AB Covert has. Another researchers brought these programs to here, and we are here to help you too.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Perfect.
If
So,
we can.
so that's it. An amazing conversation, as I
Yeah.
said, and I think I believe will be helpful for you. So tell us if it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if not, tell us also,
Please.
oh, this is not helpful because of that. So please
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
comment.
I would
Yeah,
like to hear more about this subject, and
yeah, yeah.
you were a little superficial. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay,
give
okay.
us your feedback. Will be
Yeah.
very important to
Suggest
know.
some names for new
Exactly. Yeah,
new
yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that you have to figure it out how to contact and so on. So John Maeda, it is one.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice.
So Joe, come on, please. So that's it, Purici. Let's go.
That's it. Let's go. Let's go.
So thank you so
See
much
you in the
for
next episode.
see you. Happy birthday to you.